And I want to switch gears slightly for the last little bit of this conversation, because I think this is very important. And I've, disclaimer, been out of the dating pool for a very long time. But you always hear like young people are trying to find their partner. Dating culture is fucked. It's messed. You know, the dating apps, the yada yada. And I think you add an interesting element to this as well, because you just hold very steadfast in who you are as well. And I think a lot of people will sacrifice that sometimes in the quest to meet a partner. They might betray their own truth because they're trying to appease the other person or look good in their eyes. So what do you think in general about, number one, kind of just really, what would you say to someone that's really trying to stand in the full truth and totality of who they are whilst they try and find a partner? And what's it like out there in the wild, wild west of the modern dating world?
Man, that's a tough one, because there's a part of being stubborn, actually. That's important to preserving the full self. There's also compromise, but then compromise that's ridiculous also just gets built into this term of compromise. That people say it as if it's a nice thing, but if you're compromising too far, then you're losing a part of yourself.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, because that's got to be one of the most compelling forms of changing something about yourself, right? Or changing your personality or how other people perceive you. It's going to be the dating realm. Everybody wants someone, right? Everybody wants to be in a good relationship.
Yeah.
And like you said, people will throw it away just to have that. People think that being in a relationship is what matters. It's how you get into a relationship, right? It's how you preserve yourself while you're in the relationship. People think any kind of outcome is the prize. It's how you get to certain outcomes. You know, so if you want to make a bunch of money, you could start an incredible business that has amazing impact, or you could rob a bank. You might make $1 million both time, but on one hand, you're going to have a life full of purpose. On the other, probably going to jail, right? And so you see that, oh, being in a relationship is great. I need that, right? And people will take something in the moment over nothing right now and what I really want later on. And I've always been very, very adamant about, I will not settle for just something right now, right? I will always be willing to have nothing over meh.
Yeah.
It just, you can't, because if you're speaking about it logically, I mean, if you're going to exist with another person for the rest of your life, you might want to be pretty careful.
It's one of the biggest decisions you can make, dude. Honestly, the life partner is potentially, it's got to be up there with top 3 most important decisions you'll ever make in your life. Yeah.
Yeah. And God, if the dating and getting to know somebody isn't the biggest version of, oh, what's wrong with me ever, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Right? Because that'll make you question every single thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I mean, it's tough for someone like myself, except now I actually have a girlfriend, which I'm stoked about.
Oh, right
and,
on, man.
Yeah, that's been a huge win of the past couple months. Getting to know my girlfriend. She is very not problematic in any way. She also eats beef and rice and lifts every day and wakes up at 5 and runs every day and everything. So it's kind of a ridiculous match, if you will. But it has to be 2 confident people. Has to be. Because if she were to be threatened by me, just trying to do things well, you know, trying to be successful or trying to know myself or trying to be really healthy, which a lot of people do get threatened by that.
Big time.
Then I would take her response to that threat as, oh, what's wrong with me? And then I'd be questioning myself, and then it's going to zap my confidence.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I don't even know that that's coming from her being threatened. And a lot of people have mentioned that to me in the past, you know, in getting to know somebody, and then they're afraid, or they can't commit to something. And I'm going, what is the deal with people not being able to just exist in a relationship? Because I've been working on my damn self for all this time, it starts to feel a little selfish eventually. I want to work with somebody. I want to build a relationship. It's not a finish line at all. It's just a brand new opportunity to have an abundance of, I'm going to keep working on something, building something, more purpose.
Yes.
How can nobody be attracted to this? Right? And then I had a couple of friends bring up to me, they said, have you ever considered that somebody might just be intimidated by you? And I'm going, no, I mean, I'm on their team. What are you talking about? And they go, yeah, but you are just a reflection of them. Like I would always talk about with, the social media comments and all this kind of stuff. It is such a crazy thing to try and navigate. And I mean, when you do so much work on yourself, when you try and have a level of fluency, emotionally and mentally, and just knowing how to navigate problems, talk through things, you come across a lot of people that are not equipped to do that at all. And then you go, God, I feel like I'm a problem, but I also know that these things that I'm trying to refine my ability in are positive.
Yeah, right.
Why can nobody just explain what they think? Why do people ghost people and do all this stuff? That is just so common. And it's the crux of trying to be a really good person, is that doesn't mean everyone else around you is going to be that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it is such a difficult thing to navigate because, up until you meet the right person, you think it's not going to happen. And it's just a pure faith-based thing, just as it is doing all of the behaviors and actions that turn you into the person that you want to be. You're not them yet.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm trying to, attract the right person. What the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? You're just looking everywhere going, okay, where's she at?
Is she at?
Right. And, man, I mean, it's a shame that people throw away the value of a relationship so easily. All the hookup culture stuff, it's just an instant gratification. It's a cheapening of humans.
Yeah.
And then it's a practice of, I can just get out of this whenever I want. Weakens the bond between anyone you're going to meet in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
It really is a sad thing. And it all comes from a place of everybody wants to have something or someone right now.
Yeah.
Which nobody doesn't resonate with that.
No, dude.
But I mean, you have to do a lot of work to preserve the value of yourself in today's world.
Agreed, man. Agreed. All right, friends. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Radical Health Radio. We got a fresh new podcast for you every Wednesday. If you enjoyed the show, consider liking, subscribing, reviewing, and rating us on your podcast platform. It helps to spread this message of radical health. We'll see you next week.